everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Shanta's Happy Kitchen. Today I'm very excited because I have a guest with me. My friend Mindy is here with me today. She's an amazing person for sure, and did you know she's a great cook? We are very fond of the different dishes she makes, and I'm excited to try her special and favorite dish today, which is called the
Beef Wellington.
Yes, and I'm so glad that she's going to make it for my YouTube family today. And stay along with us, and let's hear something about this special dish from Mindy.
Oh, thanks for the sweet comments. Today we're going to make Beef Wellington, which is an English dish, and it does have some French influence. It is a beef tenderloin rolled in a mushroom duxelle and on puff pastry, rolled and baked, and it is tender and delicious. So I think you're going to really like it.
So let's get started with our first kitchen collab video with Miss Mindy in Shanta's Happy Kitchen. Getting ready here.
So we have some good olive oil from the seasonings, Dijon mustard, got some truffle salt, we have garlic and onions, some potatoes for baked potatoes. Alrighty, we have our beef. So you definitely want beef tenderloin for this dish. So here's our fillet. We're going to actually make two, so we're going to cut this in half. Okay, so we're going to start with the beef tenderloin. This is the traditional cut of meat that you want for Beef Wellington. It is a little bit pricey, but it's great if you have a large group to feed. If you're having company, it's a very special dish for company. And you can even make individual ones if you'd like to do that. But today we're going to cut it in half, and we're going to make two Beef Wellingtons.
Okay, how much beef is there?
This is almost 4 pounds. So we're going to do two 2-pound Wellingtons today. So it'll feed probably 6 to 8 people for each one. We're using portobello mushrooms, and they have more flavor than the regular white button mushrooms. And this is going to look like an awful lot of mushrooms, but we're going to grind them in a food processor with onions and garlic, and then we're going to cook them down. So all the moisture is going to come out of them, and they're really going to be condensed flavor.
Perfect. Besides the mushrooms, which you are going to process in the food processor, what other herbs are we using, or other vegetables?
With the mushrooms, we're using just probably half of this onion to make 2, and we'll probably use about 6 cloves of garlic. And we're going to season our meat really well.
And I see a special type of salt here.
Yes.
The summer truffle salt.
So we can enhance that mushroom flavor by adding some of the truffle infused salt. We can add it to the beef, we could add it to the mushrooms, and if
you get it from any grocery store?
I got it online. I got it from Amazon.
I see.
But when I make baked potatoes, I butter them really well on the outside and put lots of kosher salt on. That makes them really crispy outside, and we could even put some of the truffle salt on to, again, bring the flavor into the other part of the dish.
So we are having baked potato as a side dish too. I'm excited. Mushroom went in the food processor, and we are adding some garlic cloves to it.
These little smash. So we have our mushrooms, garlic, and onion. And a pretty fine grind. You can smell the onions and the garlic.
I love all those flavors.
Me too. It makes a great base for So we have our mushroom mixture all ground up. It's going to be on the stove for a while because we want to cook all that moisture out of there. Okay. And that garlic and mushroom and onion flavor all infused together, and they cook down. It's we want all that moisture out of there. We don't want to put moisture in puff pastry because then your pastry will get soggy out of our mushrooms, and that is a good sign. So it just takes some time. You just have to be patient and let it cook down. It's going to take a few minutes. So we're going to get our beef ready. What we're going to do is season that really well with salt and pepper and a little bit of other seasoning. We're going to brown it on each side because when you put it in your puff pastry, it doesn't have a chance to brown that way. So that way it's already going to have a crust on it when we put it inside our pastry. So we are going to season this really well. I'm going to put some kosher salt on here. And this is kind of my secret weapon that I use at home. It's called Crazy Jane's or Jane's Crazy Mixed Up Salt. It has salt and pepper and it has herbs in, and I use it on just about everything at home. So that's kind of my secret. Let's see here. It has salt, herbs and spices, dehydrated onion, and dehydrated garlic. Okay. And it's low in sodium.
Oh,
and
that's
it does
perfect.
taste delicious. So I put it on vegetables, I put it on meat, I put it on potatoes. I want our meat very flavorful. Okay. Okay, so we're ready to brown our meat. So we're going to get some olive oil in our pan. And we want our skillet very hot. That is exactly what you want to hear.
That's sizzling sound.
Yeah. It's going to put a nice crust on our meat.
It's going to be good. I can tell.
We're getting a good sear on our meat, and that's exactly what we want. We don't want to cook it too much on the way through because then we're going to put it in the oven and
I
let it
love
finish.
the flavor. I really do.
It does smell good, doesn't it? Okay, I think we can just take this ready. We just have it browned on each side, so we're going to take it out and let it rest a few minutes, and we're going to let it finish cooking in the oven, so we don't want to cook it too much on the stove. Just wanted to get that brown on there. So once your beef is wrapped in the puff pastry, you're not going to be able to season it again, so you want to make sure that you have a good flavor before you wrap it up. So I'm just going to put a little bit more seasoning. It's going to get into that meat and give it extra good flavor. Okay.
So now we are going to roll out the puff pastry.
Okay.
So you get the puff pastry in any section of a grocery store.
Yes.
You just make it in room temperature, and we are going to roll it out. I love puff pastry sheets. They are so versatile.
They are. You can make savory dishes or sweet dishes. So we're going to try and roll this pretty large if we can, because we want to make sure our beef fits in there and we have a tight seal around it so everything doesn't leak out.
While Mindy is processing the meat and the mushroom, we are going to preheat the oven at 400 Fahrenheit.
So our mushrooms are cooking down nicely. They're cooked down just about by half, which is what we want. We want to get all that moisture out of those. Okay, so we're going to crack a couple eggs. And these are going to be our glue to seal our puff pastry together once we have our meat all assembled. Okay, so now we're going to put some of our mushroom duxelle on the puff pastry. And we're going to smooth that out almost to the edges. Okay, so then for our beef, and we are going to put some mustard on the beef to act as glue so that our mushroom mixture, so we will spread that over there. All right, so we have a good bit on there. And we're going to flip our beef onto our mushrooms. We're going to seal this in here. And then we'll use our beaten egg to use as glue.
Our oven is ready too.
Yes, 400 degrees. And that heat is going to help our pastry get nice and brown.
You know, I don't think I've ever tried this recipe before.
No?
No.
Well, I hope you like it.
So I'm excited. Very interesting. It's like almost like a pocket.
Yes.
A hot pocket.
Okay.
Make a hot
Look how
pocket.
beautiful that looks.
So we're going to put that on our tray, and we're going to put a little bit more egg wash on there just so that the pastry gets nice and brown when it bakes. Okay, so we're going to put him in the oven. Okay, so this is going to bake for about 55 minutes, and it'll be delicious. The traditional Beef Wellington uses a prosciutto, and that surrounds the mushroom duxelle and the beef. And so we made one without, and we're going to make one with. So the prosciutto just gets layered.
Best with this Beef Wellington?
Well, I grew up in York County in Pennsylvania, so we always have some kind of starch, whether it be potato or pasta or rice.
Believe it or not, it's the same with Bengali people.
Oh,
we
yeah?
love our starch and carbohydrates.
Oh yes, so we always have a starch and always a vegetable. So we can either serve pasta, baked potatoes, whatever you like as a starch. Today we're going to have some asparagus, and we're just going to saute it in some butter, maybe some garlic. We'll see what we have to add to it. And
I love asparagus.
Me too.
Let's do it.
I do. People believe that to find where the tender spot is on a piece of asparagus, you snap it, and that's where it should be cut. You can use a knife. You can use this method if you like. See, that one's not cooperating, but it just depends on your school of thought. I'm just going to save some time and just cut the ends off.
You're like me.
And you can actually save these. You can make cream of asparagus soup. You can add these to like cream of crab soup, which is delicious.
I never thought about it. I usually discard them. From now on, Try to make
broccoli
cream of
stems.
asparagus. Yes.
Yeah, same thing.
So some olive oil and some seasoning. It's that simple, but it tastes so good.
Oh, it smells amazing. It has a strong truffle smell, but I don't think it's going to overpower the asparagus. So we're just going to sprinkle a little bit of that on there just to give it some flavor.
These are done. Looks so good. Okay, I think we are ready to take them out. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. And the smell, the aroma. My whole house has a beautiful aroma now.
So our beef is out of the oven. It looks amazing. It smells amazing. And we're going to let it rest for about 10 minutes just so all the juices get back into the meat.
Hello, I am your food critic. Today I will be taste testing your food. And shall we start? I'm quite starving right now. Thank you.
Huh?
No, I didn't know there was a food critic.
It smells very lovely. Oh, is that asparagus? That would be a very good combination with those. You guys are taking all day. Finally. Ooh, looks delicious. Let's dig in.